ice die roll.
Yeah, does it take a long time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's probably a negative for Magic play, but, great cube option.
Yeah. If you're at an FNM, your FNM doesn't have a judge, do the ice roll.
Your FNM doesn't have a judge. If they do have a judge, would you still recommend?
I don't know. If they're a softy like me, they'll probably just let you do it.
Yeah, that's fair. You do, you're chill as a judge, so you would let people use the ice judge.
I also don't like people wasting my time, though. So
we see a treetop village here out of Belfie, so that's going to go.
Belfatto.
Hey, Belfie goes by Belfie.
Oh, Belfie, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Columbus.
A Columbus.
I thought you said Belfiso.
Oh no. Yeah,
Okay.
a Columbus ringer. Been around for a long time. Multiple Pro Tour competitor. In Michael Belfatto. There's no R in his name. Just kind of We're just giving it to him though because we're generous.
Frat guy.
Yeah.
Belfatto.
So, Alex Tredway, playing the humans deck, and he's going to lead off with the Cavernous Souls. I'm going to assume he's named humans for that Aether Vial card there.
Yeah, so what we expect to see in this matchup is it's actually more interesting than you would think on paper. Like, Jund versus a creature deck, they're going to destroy them. But humans has a lot of ways to both put a lot of bodies on the battlefield quickly and disrupt what Jund could possibly have to keep them from doing that.
Going wide is definitely a thing that Jund has a hard time with. Now, Abrupt Decay, though, that's a really good start for Belfatto there, as he's going to take care of the card that is most problematic for a lot of decks, just the unplanned aspect that Aether Vial can bring. But Thalia, Knight's Lieutenant, is going to come down and make everything for Belfatto more expensive.
Yep. So Belfatto's going to have to pay 1 more damage for bolts and such. Thalia is one of the key pieces to Alex being able to put a lot of bodies on the battlefield, and if Belfatto can't answer all of these bodies efficiently, he's going to fall behind and die. So we got Alex looking at this Expedition land.
Gonna make sure I know which one it is, and
well, we know because it's an Expedition land that it makes brown mana because all of the Expedition lands are incredibly brown.
Which, the 5th color or 6th color of Magic for artifacts is brown.
Yep.
So, Meddling Mage going to come down. A little crisp Pula action.
Yep. This isn't exactly what you want to see against Jund, though.
No, there's so many cards that Jund could have. We're going to try to get a read of what card was named here, but we're going to find out pretty quickly. Tireless Tracker obviously wasn't it, though.
Yep.
So, and that's just like it's a problem with Jund. I don't know what you name if you're Alex here.
I think it's still Bolt just because it's the most efficient, but Jund has shaved on bolts. Like we saw in Miskel's deck list last round, he was down to 2 or 3. We'll see how this one shakes out.
And this is a great start here for Belfatto. Just the ability to go Tireless Tracker, make a clue, and that Tireless Tracker is going to get huge, keep cards flowing, and Tredway here has kind of stumbled in the blocks a little bit getting out.
Yeah, this is not the start you want against Jund. We're going to see a Phantasmal Image. Oh, this could be... See, I want him to copy the Tireless Tracker, get some value. Back when I played the Vile Image decks, even if it wasn't the right play, man, Tireless Tracker I didn't think was playable at the time. So if I saw one, I was gnawing. I was chomping at the bit for the opportunity to have my own. So Belfatto play a Field of Ruin here. Could get rid of Tredway's extra land and Horizon Canopy. I don't think he cares too much about Cavernous Souls. He's not going to try and counter it.
He's not countering anything with his green, black, or red cards. 3 mana coming down here. Pulse, you dead,
boy,
sir.
Oh boy, neither of those Meddling Mages was on Pulse.
I am gonna sack a clue, make my Tireless Tracker bigger, draw a card, attack you for 4, send you down to 16. Good night, Columbus.
Yeah. So Alex draws his card for turn. Can he turn things around? Another Horizon land. That's if you're gonna see lands against Jund, you want it to be Horizon lands.
There's a Thalia's Lieutenant. I thought I saw 2 more copies of Phantasmal Image in Alex's hand.
That is pretty awkward.
That's that's a lot of take a point of damage, sending himself down to 15 for a Phantasmal Image.
And then 14 for the second creature.
Second creature, yeah. So 14 to 20, 2 not stellar creatures on the battlefield now, especially given all of the cards that Jund has at its disposal. And there's no more Meddling Mages for whatever was named.
Right. Yeah, this is Alex is in a rough spot. Certainly. The Tireless Tracker is just going to keep drawing Belfatto more removal spells and more threats. Alex simply isn't going to be able to keep up with the card advantage and outsized threats that Belfatto has.
1 black here.
Thoughtsees.
Sees you. Send myself down to 18, but take that last Phantasmal image we were talking about.
For the Amonkhet Invocation series, we saw the Maelstrom Pulse and the Thoughtsees.
What a questionable art choice by Belfatto today.
No. He's a mana culture. See,
Bet.
yeah.
No, so falls down to 18 after the Thoughtseize, takes the last card, and then we just get to keep drawing cards for Belfatto.
Yeah, if I was on Alex's side, I'd see the writing on the wall. I do not see any possible outs here with Belfatto at 18.
Even if you do draw into a Reflector Mage, you still have to get the beats in quickly, and the Reflector Mage has to come first.
Right.
And it's going to come fast.
Belfatto's going to start having Lilianas, Tarmogoyfs, Renin 6. All of these are problematic for humans to deal with.
And he still just has that Treetop Village. You can also come in and get value that you can't really easily Reflector Mage away.
Right.
So a lot of Field of Ruin, your Horizon Canopy, going to shut off the draw engine if you even
that's
had
a
it.
Tectonic Edge.
Is it a Tectonic Edge?
Yep.
See, the foil art
You could
cards
see it was a brown land. Tectonic Edge does make brown mana in the traditional sense.
And it is done, so you don't even get to go get another land. It's just Wasteland at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see...
Yep, another Wasteland here.
Yep, you are going to be able to go get a forest.
Yep.
Probably
Plains are
a plains, but yeah, forest isn't going to be a basic that he has. There's the island.
Does come in untapped, fortunately for Alex.
Yep, there he goes. Christian Keffer, the premonition man, understanding where everything's at.
Words to power.
We'll fatal push your 1 volleys.
Alex, buddy.
Let's just move it along. Alex debating what to do, whether to block.
There we go. Nope, that's not a scoop.
Taking 4, going to fall to 10. You know what?
There it is. Alex
take a look.
Seen enough.
Yeah, wow. What a game 1 from Michael Belfatto there. Taking it down over the humans deck.
Yep.
As we're going to go to the sideboard, what do you like here out of Belfatto?
Plague Engineer. Plague Engineer was made for humans. The card just names humans. It can name other creature types, but you're usually going to see it in this matchup because of how prevalent the creature type is.
Right, sure. I think we're going to see Metally Mages come out if you're Alex. Like I said, John just has way too many options. Big toolbox deck.
Humans actually just has a ton of cards you don't want in this matchup.
Yeah, just nothing's good. Dismembers maybe you'll be bringing in.
Yes.
Surgicals I think are pretty good, depending on what you're getting. Well, like we talked about, just a bunch of toolbox cards, so maybe Surgical's not that great.
Mm-hmm.
But Deputy Detention might be fine for some permanents, from one-off permanents.
It's okay. None of this is great.
Dismember and maybe a Deputy of Detention, but you're watching the players make their sideboard decisions and couldn't exactly see there what Alex picked out, but you see Belfie going through his deck there. And
looking at Belfatto's sideboard here, we've got as far as what is relevant in this matchup, we've got a Cry of the Carnarium, a Courser of Prufix, a Flaying Tendrils, a Damnation, a Plague Engineer. These are all going to be very, very tough for Tredway to fight through.
Yeah, it was 6 hate cards that we just read off of the list there, and all of them are
Renin 6. Renin 6 is basically a hate card against humans.
Yeah, and all of them are good at their own time and kind of do the same thing. So kind of in a tough spot. The humans deck can still just get off to its 1-2-3 start. And take off, but I'm not really optimistic. I think I'm going to call this one Belfatto 2-0. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Like we said, humans can have some really explosive draws if they get like a Threat into a Thalia, into a Thalia's Lieutenant, or a Mantis Rider. If they can get that clock established while also refusing Belfatto to use his mana efficiently with Thalia, we could see an actual game develop where Alex is able to get out under the Jund.
This is another good start, too, for Alex in this matchup. Belfatto taking a mulligan here.
Yeah.
He had a Renin 6 in his hand, so we do know that he did bring that in as a hate card, but...
He's got 2 in the main, so probably brought in the 3rd.
Yeah, probably definitely brought in the 3rd. And like we talked about, Jund relies on its superior amount of cards. Mulliganing is one way for Alex to kind of do the thing.
Right. No, he definitely wants Belfatto to have as few answers as possible. And Tarmogoyf actually not as good in this matchup as you would think.
Just too wide? Is that your reasoning for that? Or
it goes a little bit wide. Reflector Mage is very good against
Very good at seeing. Sure.
Yeah, that's one of the ways Alex wins is he develops the board quickly. Belfatto plays worst case scenario is removal. Tarmogoyf is one of your best case scenarios if you have a Reflector Mage.
3 mana, bounce it, and probably shut down at least another copy or 2 in your hand.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with Tarmogoyf for 2 entire turns.
Often it's a big investment for the Jund player at that point in the game if they're trying to not die with it.
Right. And that's really their best blocker.
Yeah, and it's so weak. So that's an interesting thing, and even worse if they have an Aether Vial out. Like, how do you ever cast the Tarmogoyf with an Aether Vial out and 3 out? Looks like both players are going to keep here.
Noble
Hierarch coming down.
Unfortunately, unless we see a Mantis Rider turn 2, this is not what you want to see out of humans.
Yeah, that's not the beat stick that he needs. Belfatto's got to be pretty happy about that. If he has a Fatal Push in his hand, I imagine that he'll probably just hold on to it. It's like that unimpactful.
Belfatto could be afraid of the turn 2 Mantis Rider, but we'll see.
Mulling over the land decision here. Must have an option on how he wants to proceed.
Yeah, like we pointed out earlier with Jund versus Burn, the Jund deck really wants to keep its mana options available, especially is there a scavenging use in here?
I don't think
doesn't look like there is.
Yeah.
No,
there's 3.
Oh, yeah, 3
right
scavenging
at the
use.
top.
So you
Shock and Fetch, though, and the Fatal Push. So you're right.
You do want to keep all of your green mana open while developing your board and being able to cast all of your spells. So we're going to see Alex Tredway cast another Thalia, Guardian of Thraben.
I said Knight's Lieutenant last time, and it is Guardian of Thraben.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tarmogoyf is on the battlefield for Belfatto. Going to ship it back over to Alex. And we do see a Mantis Rider in his hand, and it looks like here it comes.
Yeah, Goyf cannot block the bug man.
And the bug's pretty good. I don't know what our current count on Tarmogoyf is. Looks like we have creature instant land, so it's going to be a 3/4.
Do you think there's any Ant-Man altar of Mantis Rider?
Ant-Man altar. I think I've seen them on Reddit. People drawing them on there. Yeah, it's been a common Reddit thing. Belfatto's going to fetch himself down to 16 now. Maybe he'll shock. I would imagine so. Like you said, just need to develop the mana base and the colors. And
so he fetched shock turn 1. Took 3 from Mantis Rider.
Should be at 13 right now before any shock that happens here. And he's going to get a basic, so 20 to 13 your current life totals.
All right, so Alex has a few options here. Belfatto didn't go for the double black, so you know it's not a Liliana happening. We will see what he has in store.
This is kind of the tough thing about the Jund matchup and then observing it, and they could have anything. You know, if you're not super familiar with the actual specific deck list, there's a lot that could happen. Belfatto Collected Company, Area Brutality Company. That'd be really good at a Jund, right?
Right, yeah. Get your Bloodbraid Elves, right? No.
It looks like he's going to opt for the gain 2 life mode, too, is what I see there.
Okay. Yeah, not a lot of instants or sorceries to get out of human's hands, so that seems right.
So he's going to climb back up to 15. He's going to beat for what looks like land, creature, instant.
Sorcery.
Collective
Brutality.
Yeah, so he's going to attack for 4, send him down to 16. 16 to 15. Mantis Rider.
Unsettled Mariner.
What does Unsettled Mariner do? I don't know if it's in our card pool.
So whenever a creature that Alex controls becomes the target of a spell or ability that Belfatto controls, it will be countered unless its controller pays 1.
Okay, sure.
So just 4 spikes targeted spells and abilities.
Absolutely, and we do see Thalia's Lieutenant come down after that.
Yep.
Giving the Mantis Rider a little bump, going to send Belfatto down to 11. Belfatto's behind it here.
Yeah, Thalia's Lieutenant thinks that Unsettled Mariner looks human enough, and we'll give it a +1/+1 counter. It is a changeling, so it fits nicely into the humans deck. See a Tectonic Edge, perhaps? No. Just a fetch.
Just a fetch land, yeah. And so fetch for a basic. Belfatto's all the way down to 10 here. Yeah. Not in a stellar spot against the board that Tredway's developed. 4 mana Damnation. Nope.
Just a Maelstrom Pulse.
Just a Maelstrom Pulse.
Trigger.
Paying the extra for the trigger. Look at that. Belfatto's remembering when people aren't.
I guess just respecting the trigger.
Yeah, that's
yeah, it is worth noting the Unsettled Mariner ability is a trigger and not just a static ability like Thalia. So
it is something you can miss. Then.
It is something you can miss. It is something your opponent can miss and you can actually punish them for. For example, if Belfatto had gone for 3 mana on a Thalia and he only had 3 mana, it wouldn't be legal, so he'd get it back. If he goes for Maelstrom Pulse with 3 mana, though, just countered. It's gone.
Just done. Champion of the Parish, 2 of them.
Yep, that's good.
It's going to grow the Lieutenant a little bit. Going to grow the 1 Champion of the Parish. Champion of the Parish first Magic card that I bought as a single.
Really?
Yeah. It's big into Hold the Line event deck, had 1 copy, and I said, this card seems pretty good.
Yeah.
I bought 3 more copies.
Yes.
So, Corsair Prefix, that's a good way to start climbing back.
That is a 2/4. Very relevant.
We see the Ren on the top of the deck there, too. I want to keep saying Ren and Stimpy, but that's not
Ren
the way.
and 6.
Yeah, Stimpy's certainly not it. So,
no. Ren and Stimpy, he's an unset planeswalker.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy's a medium minus television show, too.
Yeah.
So,
gonna get a lot of heat in chat.
Get a lot of, Scavenging News is going to come down, and there's a lot of ways to grind back here.
Our producers informed us that Jordan is fired. So, Jordan, I love streaming with you, but it's time to go.
Time to go, yeah. Next, you're going to tell me Ed and Nettie was a good show, and that's just incorrect, too.
No.
Sid, the team is Alex Tredway. I'm going to block this. Oh, we have a big old beefy boy. I wish we could tell what the dice were.
See, this is what Tredway wants to see. He can build a board where all of his threats outsize the ones from Jund, even the Tarmogoyf. That Value's Lieutenant is V-Big. So Belfatto's actually got some rough blocks here.
Yeah, we're definitely going to trade unfavorably. Now, I still, like we talked about, Belfatto has so many sideboard cards that he brought in that can get clawing back, Damnations.
They're out of Flaying Tendrils and Cryo the
Cryo range. Yep. So Damnation's kind of where we're at.
Plague Engineer would be pretty good.
Yep. Plague Engineers will be pretty good. He has a lot of a lot of 1-for-1 cards that just trade evenly, and if he gets a favorable trade here, that would be fine. Tarmogoyf's going to eat the Thalia's Lieutenant.
I believe the champion and the Corsair Prefix may just be staring at each other.
Yeah, they're just going to hit each other and be sad about it. And then I think that some amount of damage from 2 damage is going to go through from
3.
Oh, there's also Mantis Rider.
Okay, so 6 damage total.
6 damage total.
Down to 9. Tredway should still be pretty
16,
healthy.
yeah.
16 life. All right, we see Red and 6 coming down for Belfatto. Now, usually against humans, you want the -1 ability to be relevant, but 2 reasons that's not going to happen. 1, Unsettled Mariner is going to make that a little inefficient. Still okay, but not something maybe you want to be paying mana to do.
A little more expensive than you'd like it to be.
Yeah. And 2, he doesn't have any 1-toughness creatures. None of them.
We're going to go up with Planeswalker, going to buy back our land, put it into play. Gain a life off of the Corsair Prefix, maybe. I don't know if Belfatto remembered his trigger or not.
Yeah,
he just picks it up. Yep.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best players in the Midwest region. Going to go back up to I have him at 10 on my scorecard now, but
trust you.
Yep. The attack with Scavenging News is getting busy. This is kind of the
wow.
we talked about.
Belfatto's gonna start. Scavenging News can very easily start taking over the game against humans. That is one of your best cards there.
We talked about this a lot with the burn matchup, but eventually you just have to win the game. Gonna eat 2, gain 2, gonna go up to 12. Get himself out of the dead range here, and he's going to attack for 4. Going to send Tredway down to 12. So we're kind of here. Like you said, Scavenging News kind of just take over if it wants.
Right. We'll see if Tredway can find a Reflector Mage for Scavenging News. Maybe it'll delay it being down for another turn. He really just wants to put a clock on Belfatto as quickly as possible.
Well, and Thalia's Lieutenant's the best way to do that, and he recognized that, played that card. Keep in mind there is a Mantis Rider up there at the top, so that thing also has 2 counters as well. So there's 5 damage coming in the air at the very least here. It's just a matter of what interaction Belfatto has in his hand. For black, red, Fatal Push is live. Looks like we have
Bolt, maybe.
Bolt, if those are still in, for sure. That's about the interaction that we have.
It doesn't look like Belfatto's playing any bolts.
0.
Interesting
decision.
I get that decision. There are formats where Bolt isn't great. It certainly hasn't been great for the past month or so, but that was a very different Modern.
Would you like to see Bolts this week because of Stoneforge Mystic?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Belfatto does have Fatal Push, and that's going to get him some leverage, but it looks like
Tredway's going to pick this one up.
Tredway's going to get this one. We're going to have a game 3.
And Belfatto being on the play helps a lot here, too. Not falling out of the stumbling blocks like he did. He took the mulligan like we talked about. Didn't really do a whole lot early and got behind.
Yep, and Red and 6, much, much better on the play.
Sure.
Because any 1-drop out of humans into a Thalia's Lieutenant like that Renin 6 isn't doing much anymore. So
Right.
those gain a ton of equity with Belfatto being on the play.
See Belfatto counting his cards there to make sure that they're all still there and he didn't lose any in the last 5 minutes.
Yep. It happens.
It does happen, especially when you're playing in these tight areas, these tournaments. Can always respect the guy for wanting to double check. Tredway skipping that nonsense though. He's going to shuffle them up, and no sideboarding decisions. Looks like are happening for either player here. So, like what they brought, Belfatto honestly just a damnation or two away from turning the corner in that game, but not a great match there for him.
Right. Yeah. Not only are the Renin 6s better in this match, the Flaying Tendrils and the Cry of the Carnarium should also be better. Once you can get those down on the play, if humans say builds like 2 or 3 creatures in the first couple turns, a bunch of X2s or less, like if Tredway has Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, Heavy Draw, or Noble Hierarch, we're just going to see Mike get a lot of value out of just one card.
Is it almost the thing where you wouldn't bring them in on the draw if you're the Jund player?
I would consider not bringing them on the draw. Yep. Depending on how many dead cards you bring out.
Right.
Right.
Sure.
Because it's very likely that Tredway is going to have some kind of draw with a Thalia's Lieutenant, or if your opponent plays a Mantis Rider and then you just have Flaying Tendrils to clean up maybe a Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, it's not great. It's not a great feeling.
Looking at the players take their opening hands here, Belfatto looks like he's going to keep his 7. Tredway going to mulligan down there to 6, so he's going to draw 7, put 1 back on the bottom. That's not where you want to be.
Absolutely
against a deck that wants to just 1-for-1 you all day, and you're giving them a free one back.
Yeah, Humans is certainly a critical mass deck. There's definitely some synergies where you want to have a playable hand. It's not quite Burn, where all of your things are just 1 mana, deal 3 or 4 damage. You really want your hand to work together, but a mulligan is still bad, right? Humans doesn't have a lot of ways to generate card advantage where Jund does. And you certainly want that against Jund. So we're going to see Belfatto lead with a Treetop Village.
And, that's kind of the start we had last. This is almost the exact same start we had in Game 1, and that wasn't good enough. So we'll see if it's a different story here. No black mana noticeably for Belfatto, as you see the Inquisition of Kozilek in there at the top of his hand. So his hand's going to be a little awkward for right now, but...
if I'm Tredway here, I might even consider taking out the Noble Hierarchs.
And it looks like Thalia's coming down here. Noble Hierarch's actually going to get
Risky.
in for 1. Yeah. She's not so noble when she's down. Belfatto going to fetch a land, and he's going to probably go pick up a black land for sure. Yep, there it is. The Blood Crypto going down to 17. And his 3 mana play, paying 1 extra.
Renin 6.
Renin 6.
Yep, so it begins. So we've got that 1/1 out of the way. Noble Hierarch probably sweating a little bit.
Yep. Does Renin 6 usually cost 2 mana?
Yes, but there was a Thalia.
Right, okay, that's what I mean. I was making sure. Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Yeah. It is a 2 mana Planeswalker. Very.
That's efficient. Yeah.
Definitely something Jund wants to have. So we're going to see what Tredway wants to follow up with. I see a Thalia's Lieutenant in his hand. It's going to make the Noble Hierarch a 1/2 and therefore Renin 6 proof, but Mantis Rider is even better.
Good, yeah. Pretty good story, too. Going to attack this for 4, take care of that, and get that out of here.
Yep. Humans does not want that to stick around. So Belfatto, draws for turn.
Didn't see what he picked up there. Field Ruins in his hand. Is that an Assassin's Trophy as well and a Liliana? Inquisition, not a Liliana, okay. 3 mana spell coming down, though.
Tyler's Tracker, Corsair Prefix.
Debating over what should have happened here.
He's activating Field of Ruin. Okay.
Oh, all right, yeah.
So 2 mana and tapping Field of Ruin to probably just fetch out a basic. Make a turn or a 2 mana play efficiently. Could see an Assassin's Trophy coming down next turn, or probably this turn. Alex doesn't have any instant speed plays.
Yeah, and then the mana base actually for Tredway not in great shape anymore either. But let's see, Inquisition you. Let's check out that hand and see what we have. Well,
we have an unclaimed territory, and he can't take that. So, there's 2 more cards.
There's 2 more cards, yeah. See what he does get here. Going to put in the Thalia's Lieutenant to the graveyard, and that's a good option.
Yep.
Makes you almost wonder if he should have played it first. I guess then the Mantis Rider would have gotten taken, but Fatal Push is going to take care of the Mantis Rider here, and land number 4 for Tredway.
See what Tredway's got to follow up.
Attack for 1 is not strong. Send Belfatto down to 16. This is kind of where you're going to be
having
scared.
like a Reflector Mage here, or yeah, this is not good for Tredway.
Yeah, pass is not acceptable. Inquisition you, what'd you draw last
Yep,
turn?
Phantasmal Image and Reflector Mage.
Yeah.
I was going to say Reflector Mage, Phantasmal Image, Meddling Mage. You do not want to see any of these cards if they're still in your deck.
And he's going to let him keep the Reflector Mage because Phantasmal Image can copy his Belfatto's good cards.
Right. There are so many things that Humans wants to take out against Jund. It just can't. There's probably not enough sideboard slots to fill with it. So, like, Noble, you don't want on the draw. Phantasmal Image, you don't want. You obviously don't want Meddling Mage. There's just so much that does not line up well against what Jund's doing.
And it looks like we did see Treetop Village get in there for an attack for 3.
There's an Auriok champion.
And an Auriok champion coming down, and we're going to attack you for Reflector Mage.
Oh. Alex does not know Belfatto has no Bolt in his deck. Or it's probably just better than, maybe some of the aforementioned cards.
It's kind of an awkward look with the Auriok champion. I mean, we know.
Right.
You can't not know, I guess, and because of how efficient Bolt is against you.
Yeah.
We're going to get to cycle this.
It's definitely a lot of equity against humans. Like, they're going to name Bolt with Meddling Mage. I will not run any. I'm sure that's not why Belfatto made the decision, but it's just kind of a funny side effect.
Just like you get plus percentage points just haphazardly. Oh, no. Phantasmal Image copying the Auriok champion.
That's not something you love
How
to do.
many backflips did Belfatto just do in his head?
Right.
I don't know what you're supposed to do. Attack you for 3 there. Going to send Belfatto down to 13.
Oh, is that a Plague Engineer in Belfatto's hand?
Tredway's at 17 here. I think I see a Plague Engineer, an Assassin's Trophy.
If that's a Plague Engineer. Okay. Yep.
All right. Trophy, the Reflector Mage.
Yeah. Now the Plague Engineer, if that is what is in Belfatto's hand, is going to clear the board on Belfatto's next turn.
Belfatto probably just going to ship it back here. I don't think with Plague Engineer, I don't think he has anything that cheap in his hand. Island off Assassin's Trophy. Not good enough. Tredway with no cards in hand, by the way. We played out the Reflector Mage.
Nightmare. This is a recurring nightmare.
That'd be a good card, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
Belfatto picks up what looked to be a land.
No, I'm not a Humans player, but I'm sure the bad dream that Humans players have all the time is just being hell-bent with really unimpressive threats against Jund.
Tredway picks up the card for his draw.
Alex shrugs.
Auriok Champion's going to do battle. Nope.
Yeah, because Treetop Village is just
it's just sitting there as a 3/3. Aether Vial. Wow, what a good Aether Vial. Go.
Yeah, see, Humans just has all of these dead cards. When Jund trades 1 for 1, your
Tireless Tracker in your zone, says Michael Belfatto.
Yeah, I will play Tireless Tracker onto your battlefield.
A nice playmat. Let me borrow it for a minute. He's got an Argent Saga playmat, actually. Huh. Look at that. Well, he should, think about this Magic Champion of the Parish. The turn 6 Champion of the Parish. Not exactly where you want to be. Take a look at that card.
It's interesting also because Tredway has a pile on 1.
Yeah. So we could have done this for free.
On Belfatto's own step.
But
I'm sure Alex knows little edges may not be getting him into this game, if anything. They would, but I'm sure he's not. He's trying to desperately think of outs and not, how efficiently can I play this champion of the Bears?
Right. Yeah. Belfatto does fall down to 12 by fetching a land. He's going to get to put a clue into play, and you saw him sack it, draw a card, put a counter on my Tireless Tracker, draw 2 cards.
Love Tireless Tracker.
Now he's got 6 cards in hand. Make a clue.
What do you do, Alex?
That
Alex says, is this my Tireless Tracker? It is on my field. Okay, trigger on the stack. He's going to dismember the Tireless Tracker.
And I like this play here, but Belfatto is going to go ahead and just smartly fetch, send himself down to 11. He's going to get another clue. He's going to be able to sack at least the first one.
Yeah.
He's saying, can we resolve this? And Belfatto's saying, sure. He did take 4 life to do that, too, so he's falling down to 13. himself, Tredway, and then Belfatto down to 11.
Down to 11 with probably about 5 or 6 cards in hand.
Now, here is the thing. If Belfatto's hand doesn't do a lot, there are 2 2s and a 1 1 on the board that can just attack 3 times. I guess that's the out of your Alex. It does look bad.
Let's just see Thalia's Lieutenant here.
I think that's another champion of the parish. Which, it's worse than a turn 6 champion of the parish, turn 7 1.
That's right.
But beat you for 5.
Sure.
I don't hate this line.
Noble's going in?
Oh, well.
Frisky.
Yeah, fire that bad boy.
Okay. If it is a Noble, if it is a Thalia's Lieutenant, Alex could be threatening, Violin, Lieutenant on 2, and then Noble would get it for damage.
And it doesn't look like that Tredway or Belfatto is that worried about it. Tredway going to go ahead and activate, asking if it resolves. And
you got to play Aether Vial cleanly. I've seen some nasty mishaps. There's that Thalia's Lieutenant.
There it is. That's a good clawback card right now.
Yep. See how that's how we got back into game 2. All right.
Yep. Fatal push. Your champion of the parish. Doesn't matter what it is. Yep.
I'm about to scoop them up there.
So we're going to take 3, 4. It looks like if all of this goes this way, and the Treetop Village should also die. Or no, I'm sorry. He's going to take 3.
Treetop's only going to get hit for 1.
Right.
Because the Auroch Champ's a 1/1 with 1/1.
Right. He's going to take 3 total damage. Sorry, got math a little wrong. They're going to fall down to 8 is Belfatto. Tredway at 13. And a in-step fatal push. Good discipline there from Belfatto. I like that play a lot.
Yeah.
I'll take the damage. I don't care about my life total. You're not going to deal enough damage to me for it to matter. Well, there's the daddy. Yeah.
Yep.
And that is a 6?
Oh,
we have the
Planeswalker. Is gone.
Planeswalker, land, instant, creature, sorcery.
Probably just 5.
Probably just 5. Yeah. We don't have an artifact.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. We've also not seen Liliana of the God of Belfatto. Sometimes that can be pretty bad against humans. They'll just sack a Noble Hierarch. So.
Wouldn't be surprised to see it come out.
Right.
Belfatto is doing something collective brutality, the Noble Hierarch. So we're down to a 2/2 and a Aether Vial.
And Treetop Village isn't online, so if Tredway can find a Reflector Mage here, you can get it in for another 2 damage. Hopefully Tredway has been remembering his Auroch Champion triggers as well. His life total may be above 13. But no of us really knowing if he's acknowledging those triggers. Doesn't look like it there, but...
Deputy Detention going to come in and arrest the Tarmogoyf there, and then going to beat in for 2.
All right, and Belfatto does not have an answer currently.
Just down to 6. So, like we said, just keep attacking. Belfatto has a ton of cards, but it doesn't really matter if you're just getting beat for a million.
Yeah, Deputy really more of a tempo play than an answer here. Belfatto's deck is obviously chock full of removal, so the Deputy is pretty easy to take care of. The Goyf might be back next turn, but that still costs him some mana and some tempo.
3 mana Tireless Tracker.
Love to see it.
Just love to see it. Going to make a clue. Probably going to crack the clue when the combat time comes. Tredway.
Tireless Tracker is going to find out where all these tentacles are coming from in Innistrad.
It looks like it's a 3 mana pulse there.
Yep.
I'm going to get my Tarmogoyf back, please.
There's the triggers from Alex, so he is at least 15.
Yep. Looks like he's just now kind of picking up on them, to be honest.
Yep.
We haven't really seen much discussion about it before this.
Yeah. Jund, like we said, Jund more fights along the card of along the axis of card advantage against humans, but you still want to be wary of your life total.
Right. Belfatto's matters more than Tredway's, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Tredway picking up a card. Is it deal 8? Nope, he says go. Belfatto drawing. Looks to be, he's got 1 more card in his hand. Going to make another clue here.
It's like a Canyon Slough, maybe? Canyon Slough, Slug.
Make a clue, crack the clue, put a counter on my Tireless Tracker. 3 cards in hand. What a turn. Attack you for 9?
Wowie. Yeah.
If we don't have a Planeswalker or an artifact in the graveyard, it's 9. We do the Planeswalker, so if we don't have an artifact, it's 9.
I don't believe Belfatto's answered any Aether Vials.
Right.
He could now, just to pump his way for 1. You might see that.
Looks like 9 use, so Tredway's going to fall to 6 here. And Scoo's follow-up that's a backbreaker.
Yep. Again, Nightmare Scoos. All the Nightmare gangs here. Nightmare Squad, Goif, Tireless Tracker, and Scavenging Ooze. Does this card win you the game, Alex? It's a Sea Chrome Coast and a champion.
Jeez, the turn 10 champion is somehow 40% worse.
If hands had faces, Alex's would be very sad right now. You can see just from his body language, this is not what he wants.
Crack a clue, draw a card. Belfatto, I'm going to untap and draw a card. Probably play a land, draw a card.
Yep.
Just Tireless Tracker is an insane place right now. We're going to get you an update on our side match, too, as this one looks like it's coming to a close here. Hopefully we're not lying to you again. We'll get you another one. And, wow, just mowing down X1 still.
That's what Ren 6 is there to do.
Yeah, Ren 6 has kind of been an unsung hero this term. We've seen it a lot. It's always kind of just been doing things.
Right. Yeah, it's just a very efficient value card. Most of the smaller planeswalkers are, but Ren 6 really pushes what that means for a 2-mana planeswalker.
8, 13.
Yeah, this is... You're dead. A lot of creatures in the graveyard for you to eat with Scavenging Ooze. Your blocks probably aren't going to matter here, Alex.
It's tough, but you know what? You got to find out. This is round 4 of a PTQ where you're both X and O. You got to kind of do your math here and see.
Yeah.
If I'm dead, how can I not be dead?
Right.
Okay, it looks like I'm probably dead. Then you go through it one more time in your head.
Make your opponent miss it, which is
exactly.
not viable here. But
yeah, having the 2 green mana open with the Scavenging Ooze makes that difficult. Having another Scavenging Ooze open with the clue is difficult. Belfatto going to go ahead and draw a card for 4 damage, so it's actually 6, 11, 14.
Oh, Alex maybe has been remembering his Auriok champion triggers.
Okay, looks like it. Must have been, or else he'd be -8.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Pretty tough to tell from over here, but Cavern of Souls won't do it.
Extends the hand. That is it for that match.
That's it for that one. We saw Jun do Jun things there.
We did see Jun do Jun things. It actually looked like a very good deck in this last match.
Right, yeah. You know, Belfatto, a great player, but it was kind of fun to watch Jun do what it holds itself out as, versus when we saw it against Burn, didn't do really anything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. And you see the 2 builds were very different. I'm not sure Belfatto maybe making a couple more meta calls. The absence of Lightning Bolt was one thing. Yep. Belfatto probably very intentionally excluded Lightning Bolt. That's not something you just don't do in a Jun deck without thinking about it.
It's one of the best cards I've ever printed.
Right,
yeah, right. An interesting meta call because of all the Stoneforge mistakes that we've seen running around.
Yeah,
but
maybe push answers Stoneforge just about as efficiently.
We do get to see the sideboarding things there for a quick second. Auriok Champions.
Yeah, they came in.
You know, it's just you can't know if you're Alex. Like, we think it would be a good metagame call, and it is an efficient card against Jun anyways. But kind of just a bummer that it didn't do anything.
Right, and you know, Auriok Champion probably a little bit better than say the meddling mages that he has. You know, he has probably not a lot of options of things to bring in, and so the Auriok Champions, you know, it could just be the last card you bring in.
I need a 2-drop that does the thing and maybe has some utility. We talked about that actually when we looked at a sideboard. Like, none of these cards do anything.
Right.
So, we are going to get our side match set up. Hopefully, it's not finished.
Right.
But what do I know? I'm not a doctor. So actually, it's not finished. So that's good news. It is finished.
Okay.
What do I know?
Finished. So no side match this round either. But we did get to see 3 very good games of Magic in that last round. Pretty brutal on the side of humans, but you really got to see what Jun can do.
Right. Definitely. There's 10 minutes left in this round, so right after that, we're going to be back with round 5 of this Mythic Championship Qualifier here in Columbus, Ohio. Stay with us.